Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Captain's Quarter Show. I am your host, Milliner, the captain. Hope everybody's having a great Friday morning so far, and I hope the rest of your day goes very well for you. We have several topics to discuss, mostly local, right here in Montgomery, Alabama, Montgomery County, and I get started with those momentarily. I'll wait just a couple minutes or so, but I got my stories pulled up. Um, man, I think people try to really pull the wool over our eyes on some things. You know, it's certain choices that are made when it comes to man this government and these schools. And I got something I'm gonna show y'all. But y'all let me. I want y'all to let me know if I'm tripping or are they trying to pull a fast one. All right. But we will be discussing that momentarily. We will be discussing that. But there's several things happening. I just did a couple of videos over yesterday, I believe it was, and maybe the day before. Um, yeah, matter of fact, it was Wednesday. I did a couple videos. One was about Montgomery County having the highest amount of new HIV cases in the whole state of Alabama. It's like 39 new cases in the first 6 months of the year. And yeah, that's the incredible right there. But this has long been an issue, but we'll talk more about that a little bit later, as well as Montgomery County school system. You know, they had a little situation happen, and we're going to discuss what happened. All right, got video of that, and then there was a school that closed, and they gave a different reason for the closure of the school, but we're gonna talk about that as well. I want to know what y'all think about that. But thank y'all for being here. As you come in, as you watch the video or you watch the replay, however it happens, hit that like, share the video. I would appreciate that, and definitely follow the page, the Captain's Quarter Show. All right, I'm bringing content, daily, basically daily. Right now I think I'm averaging like 6, 7 videos a week, so I'm gonna actually start upping that a bit, but I'm bringing something almost every day. So and a little bit of local, little bit, you know, very local to Montgomery, and then also the state of Alabama, as well as more national stories. But I focus more on the state of Alabama when it comes to different news stories or different hot topics that are happening in and around Alabama. All right, I think I am live on Facebook now. Let me make sure. I think I am live. Yes, I am. Let me make sure. Yep, I am live on Facebook. So, man, they kind of tripping a little bit this morning, but here I am. I'm on Facebook right now. So, good morning to you all. Hope y'all are having a great Friday morning thus far. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. It's a beautiful day outside, but it's Friday, so last day of the work week for many of you, not everybody. Shout out to those in the service industries, restaurants, retail, whatever the case. Shout out to y'all. But hope everybody's having a good Friday. Got a lot to discuss this morning. A lot of things happening right here locally to Montgomery, Alabama that I need to discuss and touch on. Um, as you come in, do me a few favors, hit that like. I would appreciate that. Whether you're watching it live or whether you watch the replay, like and share the video, and definitely hit the follow on the Captain's Quarters show. Hit the follow on the Captain's Quarters show. I'm bringing content just about daily. All right, there are some days I might drop 2 or 3 videos. Okay, so definitely check me out. I'm talking about issues that are affecting us more locally to the state of Alabama. I definitely do a lot of Montgomery content, but I do talk about other issues in other places around Alabama. And then I will cover some things that are more national stories. Uh, not as much. All right, so not as much of that. I want to kind of stick to the state of Alabama because I am an Alabamian, all right, born and raised. So, and I live here too. It's to me it's so weird when people, l- claim that they live in like Atlanta or they live somewhere else. You're in a whole other state, but then all your content is about Montgomery. That's kind of weird to me. So, like, if I live somewhere, I'm going to cover the news of where I live. Just to me, it kind of makes sense. But we got a lot to talk about. Again, hit that like, share the video, follow the page, the Captain's Quarter Show. All right, where I am not afraid to rock the boat. All right, this is one place you're gonna come that you're gonna get just authentic commentary, just real, straight to the point commentary. I don't do all the kissing, you know what? Okay, I don't really do that on over here. You got some other people that do that type of stuff, and good for them. All right, shout out to them, but I don't do that over here. I'm gonna call a spade, call it like I see it, and that's what it is, right? That's what it is. I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you the real, and not just what you want to hear. I'm not gonna tickle your ears with a bunch of lullabies. All right, that's not what I'm here for. So y'all can go holler at them other guys in Atlanta or wherever they are. All right, they'll probably be the person y'all want to listen to. Let's see. Few topics this morning before I get into the topic. Give y'all some of the topics, man. So this happened about a week ago. I heard about it, okay, but I didn't see like an article, didn't see a video or anything like that, and I didn't see the name of the person that was involved. But MPS, all right, Montgomery Public School System, to kick off the school year, they had a convocation, all right, and they invited a guest speaker, basically a keynote speaker that would be there to motivate the staff members and administrators and get everybody ready for the school year. And the person that they brought had some scathing, fiery, vile, toxic language. All right. I mean, I don't know how better to put it, but I'm gonna talk about that situation, all right, in more detail. And I will be talking about staying with the MPS wave, all right. MPS closed down. They chose to close down one school in Montgomery, all right, because they have apparently high COVID-19 numbers. Okay. What's funny about that is like the day before they closed down the school, there was a huge event that happened. All right. And I'm gonna talk about that event. What happened at that school? And then like the next day they chose to close the school because of COVID-19. we're gonna talk about that more specifically. We do have video of the event, so I will be showing that. And then also we're gonna talk about this whole Montgomery County having the most new cases of HIV in the whole state of Alabama for the first 6 months of the year. All right, that's something that we got to talk about, and I did a video on that. All right, a couple days ago, I did a video on that, and I know that there are certain things that I said in that video that are very real, but they can be some people are gonna take it the wrong way, right? So I'll talk about that more as well. Okay, I'm gonna keep it as clean as possible because I do want to be professional in the way that I cover the story, so I don't want to be use too much, coarse language about it. But I'm gonna be honest about that situation when it comes to the HIV epidemic. All right, that's the real epidemic. One of them. That's one of the real epidemics of this world is HIV. It is out of control. Been out of control for quite some time. Pretty much as long as I've been on Earth, it's been out of control. All right, and then of course we got Mayor Stephen Lewis Reed, man, doing what he does. Traveling around the country, doing interviews with News Nation, which I covered that as well. He went on News Nation like a couple weeks ago. He went on Good Morning America. He's making the rounds, cheerleading for Kamala Harris. All right, aka Camel Toe Harris. That's what he's supposed to do, right? He's supposed to be a do boy cheerleader for the Democrat Party. So he's doing what he does, right? Now, what's interesting about that is Montgomery, Alabama, our city government, our city mayor is a nonpartisan position, right? So you don't run as a Republican, you don't run as a Democrat, you don't run as Green Party, you don't run as whatever other party there are out there, right? As a libertarian, you don't run like that. You just run a campaign. But what's interesting is when I was saying all of that back when he was running in 2019, I was telling people don't vote for this guy. He's a Democrat. He's going to push Democrat agenda items. Okay. Democrat agenda policies. They told me it's a non-partisan position. He's running it, just because he wants to be the mayor. It's not about him being a Democrat, right? But then fast forward when 2020 came, he pushed all the Democrat policies that were being pushed at that time. Defund police, right? Decriminalization. Man, that's a big word. Uh Mass incarceration. They were trying to lower those numbers. They call it decarceration. I think that's what they call it. Uh all those points, right? Police brutality. That he was, all these talking points that they were pushing on the Democrat side, he pushed the same things coincidentally, right? I mean, it's crazy. And then fast forward to now, and he's going around doing all these interviews talking about Kamala Harris, and not to mention throughout the years of him being mayor, he has taken shot after shot after shot at Donald Trump supporters, right? He's made sure he is on the other side of that. I mean, it's just see, this is why politics are just this big game. It's a big game that get played, and a lot of people are just so dumb, deaf, and blind to see what somebody is doing and why they're doing it. And that's what I'm here for though, because I know that because I pay attention to so much that goes on politically and all that, I get that I'm going to catch more than the average person, right? I'll see more, I'll hear more than the average person because most people don't ingrain themselves into what's going on and why certain things are being pushed, right? Whereas I do this on a daily. So I get that, but that's why I'm here because now I can tell you all what is really happening and why it's happening, right? And everything that I'm gonna say, I mean, it can be verified. I'm not making anything up, right? I don't get on here and just do what some people do and just talk about whatever, and they don't know what they're talking about. They don't have any evidence, any proof, or anything. They're just talking. I don't get on here and do that, right? One thing I'm gonna always do is I'm gonna speak based on the facts or based on the reports that we have, and I always link my articles that I get information from in my videos. So whether I do a recorded video or a live video, I'm going to give you my reference or where I got this information from. Okay, that's gonna happen every time I do a video. Okay, so just know that. And you do have fake news. Of course, you got fake news out there. So sometimes, hey, if fake news says something, if I speak on that, it's because hey, the fake news said it. Okay, fake news put it out there, so I'm talking about it now. I've been rocking the boat for quite some time now, and I'm not going to stop. All right. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So first up, first up. Let's go with let's go with something that happened a week or so ago, and I just you know what? I'm not even gonna take the blame for it. I'm gonna blame y'all for it. How did y'all let me miss this story? Nobody sent me the video. Nobody sent me any information. I didn't even know this was a thing like this. MPS had the convocation last week, all right, because school started last Thursday. And I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday night, they had a convocation where it's like this big cheerleading thing, and it's like a pep rally, basically like a pep rally for school administrators, teachers, staff, and etc. And at that convocation, there was a certain individual that got invited to speak as the I guess the keynote speaker. That person happened to be none other Michael Eric Dyson. Michael Eric Dyson. Now, I wonder how many people know who Michael Eric Dyson is. Well, personally, I know who that is because when I was back in my lost days, back in high school, going to college and all that good stuff, I used to love to hear Michael Eric Dyson speak because the man would talk extremely fast. He would use like 6, 7 big words that I have never heard in my life. He'd use all of them in the same sentence, right? And I'd be like, "What is a constitution? Like, what is that?" Like, it's almost like he's making up words. Like I just made up a word, constitution. But he would say something, and I'm like, to me, it's like a fake word. But I would go look it up, and lo and behold, it's a real word with real meaning. So I used to be just amazed, right? He just sounded so articulate. He was so intelligent and all this. Back when I was like, young and dumb, and didn't really know what was going on really. I just kind of was, in awe of the way he spoke and how, what he talked about. And even back then, we talking about back in 04, 05, 06, 07. I was listening to him and he was talking about the same things then. And it happened to do a lot with the race, a lot about black people being oppressed, and a lot about, I used to be all into that. But he's always been like that, right? So the other day, I saw the, I don't know how I saw it, y'all, but some kind of way I saw where the article came up, and it was talking about the MPS convocation, and Michael Eric Dyson was the speaker. And I said, you know what? That's why there was a backlash, and that's why people were talking about there was an apology that had to be put out by Dr. Brown, who was the superintendent of MPS. It made sense to me. Now, before I ever saw the video, before I ever heard him mutter a word, Michael A. Dyson, that is, I said, you know what? Based on what he's been doing for the last 20 years plus, right? How he speaks, I said, man, that man probably got up there and went crazy. right? I thought he had to have gone up there and gone crazy on that microphone, right? I just know. And what? Guess what? Guess what? I watched the video and the man was talking about N-word and N-word that, and I'm Dr. N-word, man. Look, man, hey, check this out. Check this out. Before we even get to that, I'm gonna about something that he did some years back, just a few years back, not even that long ago. But I want to show y'all he's been like this. Okay, this is nothing new. So let me pull in this video. This is from like 5 years ago. Matter of fact, this was 2019, I believe. Whenever Aretha Franklin died, y'all know the singer. When she died, they had a funeral. He spoke at her funeral. Okay, he spoke at her funeral, and there he had some very, harsh words to say. Okay, I want y'all to listen to this. This was from about 5 years ago. Okay, this is who he is. When people tell you who they are, believe them. Okay, there's no way MPS didn't know this. But anyway, y'all, we gonna just play the video. Let me see here. All right, let's see what he's talking about.
But she was about getting Angela Davis out of jail. She was about working with Martin Luther King Jr. and Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. She was about transforming the existence of Black America. Now Negroes scared to say they black. Scared to show up at a two-black place. That's why some black folk ain't here today. They sending letters. They don't want to get up in this blackness. They don't want to feel the nasty power of this blackness. We are black in Detroit. We don't care. Take your shoes off. Dip it in the water.
Yo. Back when this happened, I knew what he was talking about, who he was talking about, right? Because he said there's some black folks that don't want to be all up in this blackness. He was talking about President Obama. That's right. President Obama did not come to this funeral, this event right here. He and Michelle, they sent a letter or whatever, giving condolences and whatever the case. That's who he was talking about. Okay. All right. So I'm just filling y'all in on what he was talking about just then. But listen to how he's talking. You get up in this blackness. We in Detroit. Kick your feet off, kick your shoes off, and dip your toes in the water and get baptized. Man, dude, what are you talking about? That's how he talks, though. But look, he's not done. He's not done. Let's keep listening.
And then this orange apparition had the nerve to say she worked for him. You lugubrious leech. You doppelganger of deceit and deviance. You lethal liar. You dim-witted dictator. You foolish fascist. She ain't worked for you. She worked above you. She worked beyond you. Get your preposition right.
Yeah, okay. All right, so y'all know clearly he's talking about Trump right here. So you're at a funeral talking about, a person that was a huge mega star in music. You're at her funeral speaking, and then you're talking about Trump. What Trump got to do with anything? It's just, the man is vile. The man is vile. He's a toxic individual, right? Now, MPS, for whatever reason, man, I know. I'm very hard on MPS. All right. I mean, I'm very hard on MPS, but I did come up in MPS, how bad it is. All right. So I saw crazy stuff back when I was in school, but that's neither here nor there. The thing is, whoever, what, Dr. Brown is the top guy, right? He's superintendent. It's on him because There's no way they didn't know about Michael Eric Dyson. The man writes books about the very topic that you just heard him spewing. He was just saying all kind of vile words and things about Trump at a funeral. He was talking about get all up in this blackness and all this. He writes books about this. How did they not know what he was about? Okay, I mean, I'm just saying. Now, with that all behind us, let's go to this article. Man, shout out to my guys and girls. All right, shout out to 1819 News, because man, they bring the real. They bring the real over there. Now, right here you got the headline. Montgomery public school board member apologizes, claims many were not made aware of racially charged guest speaker. So, whoa. Y'all mean to tell me this man has been doing this for 20 years at least that I know of. 20 years. He been saying the same thing. The man is a far leftist. All right. He is anti-white. He's been like this. Okay. Back when I was agreeing with him back in the early 2000s, I used to listen to the guy because he was talking the way that I liked him to talk. He's been doing this. So to say that y'all were unaware and all that, look, either one, either way is wrong, right? Because either one, y'all are just a liar. You're just lying, outright lying, or you were inept and incompetent in even doing your homework before you invited this man. There are hundreds of people that you could get, because I know y'all want to get somebody that looks, look black or whatever, right? I get that. Y'all be wanting a diversity and inclusion and stuff, but then y'all go get like black people to talk about black stuff. But anyway, look, I know y'all wanted to get a black person really bad. There are so many black men, black women y'all could have went and found and brought. They would have been glad to come speak, and they wouldn't have talked like this. But let's go ahead. The gravy of what it was. Let's see here. Da-da-da-da-da. Hold on a second now. Where my video at? I think it's on this one right here. Yeah, here we go. Here's the video. Let's check this out right here. Let me bring this in.
Calling young people out of their name, calling them the N-word. I get mail all the time, hate mail from white brothers and sisters calling me nigger. I say that's just the nigger to you. My PhD professors on board. All right. And then I gotta correct their English. Niger is a river. Learn to spell your epithets correctly. You demonizing a woman. Bitch, oh, skeezer, slut, shorty, she's taller than you are.
What does any of this have to do with the convocation? What does it got to do with administrators and teachers and staff members getting themselves motivated to get back to the school to teach kids of all colors? These kids in the school system, yeah, their majority are, black, but you got kids that are Indian, you got kids that are white, you got Hispanic, a lot of Hispanics, grown Hispanics, but then you got Asians, you got some of everything in MPS. Why? What is he talking about? And what does that have to do? How does that relate to what he's there for? Let's keep going. See what else he's talking about.
Women are the center of this universe. Without them, we would be nothing. We would be incapable of even drawing breath and life. Let's celebrate and uplift women. Let's understand what they mean to us.
Again, what are you talking about? What does uplifting women have to do with anything? Are you not a man talking to everybody in the crowd? Are there not men in the crowd as well? See, when people want to bring in people like this and they want to say we're about equity and inclusion and diversity and all this stuff, right? This is not diversity. He's pinpointing certain people based on their race, their color, or based on their gender. That's what he's doing right here. How is that diversity? How is this pushing us forward? It isn't, because I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it real, because people love to like throw stuff like this up when it comes to me. I would have an issue if he got up there and said the same thing about men. I would say the same thing. So I'm like, you're talking to a room that's diverse with women and men, and there are different color people in here. So why are you focusing on one particular type of person at a time? But you're not going to talk about the white people, or you're not going to uplift. You're uplifting one person. This was so wrong. They should have cut the man mic off. Look, hey man, hey, we apologize. like midway through, somebody, hey man, mute that mic. Somebody come over there. Hey, we are sorry about this. But no, hey, they in there. The teachers and the people in there clapping. Y'all heard them clapping and cheering. They are like at a football game. He's saying what they want, and these people are our teachers. These people are in there clapping and cheering. These people teach your kids every day. They go on field trips with your kids, and they are agreeing with him. Man,
I ain't gonna take too much more of your time.
Yeah, man, you took enough of the time already.
But I want to tell you, when I was a young man, George Clinton said, "Free your mind, and your behind will follow." You gotta have an open mind. I go to some black churches and they be homophobic. But we gonna hit everybody today.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back to what he just said. He said a lot right there.
Have an open mind. I go to some black churches and your behind will follow. You gotta have an open mind. I go to some black churches and they be homophobic. But we gonna hit everybody today. I was in Cleveland, Ohio, preaching a sermon. Black woman came to me. She said, "You know you're going to hell." I said, "Jiminy Cricket, did Jesus tell you that?" I just
Man, that's a catastrophe. That is a catastrophe. This man up there talking about being black, being called an N-word, and he talking about it's Dr. N-word to you, and talking about being open-minded. He said he was listening to George Clinton. If y'all don't know George Clinton, man, George Clinton is an artist, a musical artist that was around back. He basically I've heard people call him the king of funk. All right, but he had all that funk music back in the day, and he used to always be about smoking marijuana and all that. And so when he says, George Clinton said, "Free your mind," he's talking about that. George Clinton talking about smoking weed. So again, you bringing up the wrong stuff at an MPS. We talking about kids. We are you are getting these people motivated to go teach children, and you talking about that. Then he said he was at a black church. So many black churches are homophobic, and man, dude, this was terrible. This was terrible. None of that got anything to do with teaching children ABCs, one, two, threes. Okay, understanding a boy is a boy, a girl is a girl. You can't be the other one, right? Because there are things called chromosomes, and when you got chromosomes, there's only XX, which is a female, and XY, which is a male, right? You can't be you just because you play dress up doesn't mean that you can hop out of one gender and go to the other one. That's not how it works, right? Biology has proven otherwise, right? I mean, that's just what it is. But man, he's up here talking about being homophobic and stuff. You know, and again, people that don't know him, this man is all about LGBT stuff, pro-black, anti-white. That's what he's been about for 20 years at least, right? 20 years at least. He's been talking about these very topics. And of all the people to bring, they asked him to come and speak. Woo, boy. Man, Dr. Brown, man, y'all took a big one on, y'all took a big L on this one. Y'all took a big L on this one right here. So let's see here. Let's see here. Pamela Cloud said on Facebook, MPS teachers and school administrators on Tuesday, August 6th at the Dunn Oliver Acadome, formerly known as the Joe L. Reed Acadome, right? But they took the name off of there. And that's Mayor Reed's daddy, by the way. But on August 6th at the Acadome, I was just as shocked as you all were. The MPS convocation is always a time for teachers and administrators to come together along with central office staff from the Leadership Center and the Montgomery Board. We were there with one another to be engaged and to inspire each other. However, that was taken away from you by one of the guest speakers. Many of you left deflated, insulted. Man, oh, she got way more than that. Oh my goodness. She went in. Let's see here. They left deflated, insulted, and your morale was shattered. Feeling less than is never what I, along with some other board members, want for you to feel. Many of you are wondering, why would board members allow this to happen? Yeah, we wonder. Well, the answer is short and simple. Many of us were not made aware of who any of the guest speakers would be. Now, how is that possible? There was no communication with many of us. It sounds a little fishy already. I have been told there was a time when information about guest speakers was shared with board members, not anymore. Yet, in spite of what has happened, and I know it may be hard to wrap your minds around what occurred and to move forward, please try to have a wonderful school year. Know that there are children, parents, and other teachers that still need your help and support. Please remember, there are countless people in the Montgomery communities who appreciate you pouring love and learning into all of the students you were excited to welcome back today. What happened at convocation should not have happened. You deserve better than what you received on Tuesday. Please know that I will forever be regretful. Thank you for all your grace and understanding, Pamela Cloud, MPS board member, District 5. Yo, yo. I am this is wild to me. Let's see here. Somebody commented and said, "Thanks, friend. We walked out after the doctor comment." I have friends of all races and ethnicities and would never use such hurtful words. Keep up the good work. Let's see here. Oh my, it must have been awful. Yeah, it was. It was. Let's see here. Thank you for this post, and I appreciate you and Superintendent Brown responding to the community as well as our employees. Please be reminded that you are not like the White House and you don't get a copy of the presenter's speech beforehand. I would take the opportunity to use this as a learning experience and vet all speakers going forward. As a past national officer of an organization, I have heard him speak on several occasions, but I never heard him speak in such an offensive manner. Man, please. This too shall pass. So let's move forward. Okay, I get you. Now, look, like I said earlier, I done said it I don't know how many times. I've been aware of Michael Eric Dyson for at least 20 years. The man has been talking the same way for since then, since the early 2000s. Okay? He ain't changed. He been like this. The man has written books about topics like this. So he's all the way in. Anybody that did any type of research would know this, right? And I think personally, I think they did research and they brought him there because they wanted a person like that there. That's my personal opinion, right? Prove me wrong, because what did they do? Bring him there. What did he do? Do what he normally does. Vile, toxic rhetoric. That's what he does, right? Now, let's see. Let me go back because let me go back. So let me go back because I'm gonna find where Dr. Brown spoke. Right, Dr. Brown apologized. Okay, so let's find that. Let me see what he said. Oh, and by the way, Michael Eric Dyson is an African American author. Like I said earlier, he's written books, many books. Professor and commentator known for his controversial opinions on race in America. Absolutely right. He's been like this anyway. I keep saying that. I'm gonna keep saying it because people act like they didn't know. Miss me with that. Right? That's BS that y'all didn't know. Let's see here. Okay, so here's what Superintendent Dr. Brown said, all right, as a response. Dear MPS, I hope this message finds you well. I'm reaching out to apologize for the language used today at our convocation by Dr. Michael Eric Dyson. Our goal at convocation is to celebrate the upcoming academic year and provide motivational messaging that will support all employees of our great school. Our commitment to fostering a supportive and respectful atmosphere is paramount, and I apologize for any discomfort or distress caused by this situation. I hope you enjoy the convocation, and I will return to your classrooms and offices motivated to kick off the new year. I want to thank you for your continued support and for being an integral part of our school community. Your role is crucial in our mission to ensure there's always more with MPS. I mean, hey, it's kind of too little, too late at this point. I mean, thanks for the apology. I mean, if I was a school teacher, I would say thank you for the apology, but y'all still invited this dude and act like y'all didn't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. I know he better not show up at my kid's school. My kid's school better not have that dude up there or somebody else up there talking about some nonsense like that. That better not happen. That better not happen, man. Just be teachers. I mean, I don't know how hard it is just to be positive and be teachers and push, common sense and things, man. But yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. But MPS, we're not done with MPS. We are not done with MPS because let me bring in this article right here. Hold on a second before I get to that. Let's see here. Christy says, this is to keep the lie alive that whites are the biggest evil in creation. That's a fact. That is a fact. Love 1819 News. Yep. Them my guys over there, them my guys and girls over there. They are, in my opinion, friends of the show. Okay. I don't know if the feeling is mutual, but shout out to them. Craig Monger and Erica. Shout out to them over there. They do some great work. Let's see here. Video keeps freezing. Sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm broke and po over here. So my Wi-Fi probably going in and out. But thank y'all for being here. Hit that like, share the video, hit the follow on the page, the Captain's Quarter Show page, where I am not afraid to rock the boat. Not afraid to rock the boat. Not afraid at all. Now, let's get to this other MPS situation. This one right here. Look, it's like MPS just keeps on giving us, gifts that keep on giving, right? And they ain't really gifts either, right? But let me bring in this article, and there was a school that closed down for several days, and they closed today. I rode by it this morning, closed, boy. Ain't nobody there, but maybe some teachers. It's some no students, okay. But what's interesting is the school across the street. Oh, they open. It's a school directly across the street from this school that's closed, but that school's open. Make sure I understand something. So y'all closed that school. Anyway, let's go ahead and bring this in so let's make sense of this. All right. Let's make sense of this. This is from WSFA.com. Jag High School extends remote learning days through Friday due to COVID outbreak. So COVID affects Jag High School, but Danley Elementary right across the street, they're open. Y'all in the same district, y'all on the same street, across the street from each other, but one school got to close down, the other one don't. Oh, all right. Man, COVID is the smartest virus I've ever seen. COVID knows when you're outside, when you're inside. It knows when you got a mask on, when you don't have a mask on. It knows when you're vaccinated, when you're not vaccinated. It can literally pick certain schools to infect. That's crazy. But anyway, let's see here. The school made the decision Tuesday evening to transition to quote unquote asynchronous learning for 2 days due to a high number of the school's staff being absent with COVID. That has now been extended into a third day, which is today, Friday. Lessons and classwork will continue to be available on Schoology and through teacher emails. Normal in-person learning will resume on Monday the 19th. Okay, all right. I'm gonna read everything, make sure there's nothing else here. They say the school is gonna be sanitized and clean, and when the school reopens, masks and disinfectant wipes will be available for students and staff. I mean, y'all been cleaning the school. Didn't y'all clean the school all summer? Like before every school opened, then y'all clean the schools out. So obviously, if COVID is really the issue here, all that cleaning ain't doing nothing. I mean, come on. Oh boy, we so backwards. But what's very interesting about them closing this high school down, very interesting because there was an event that happened. There was an event. Let me pull in that event and let's see what the event contains. So what y'all are seeing right here, and shout out to my guy David Humphrey. Shout out to David Humphrey, man. I got this off of his page on Facebook. Shout out to him. He had tagged me in it a few days ago. Yeah. Matter of fact, hold on a second. Let's get the little timeline right here. He posted this on August the 13th. August 13th. Hold on a second. Today is the 16th. So you do 13 from 16, that leaves 3. So 3 days ago, that had been Tuesday, right? Am I tripping? Ain't that Tuesday? Tuesday, this happened, right? I mean, I'm guessing this was Tuesday, right? Either Monday or Tuesday. It had to be like Monday or Tuesday. And then Tuesday, MPS decided to close the school down for COVID. But I'm seeing where this was at Jag High School. This fight right here. This was at Jag High School. So, I'm wondering, did this fight occur like in the morning time or something like that? And then that afternoon, they decided, you know what? Let's close school down and let these kids cool off a little while, give them a little cool off period. And then, we got like 2 teachers that's out. We normally have 3 teachers that's out anyway for various reasons, but let's just say they out for COVID and we close the school down, and it'll give everybody will think it's about COVID and about safety of the students, but really it's about these kids acting a donkey, right? And their parents don't know how to raise them right, and they out here fighting, and it's really about letting them calm down and chill out with all their gang or whatever they got going on, right? Fighting over females, whatever the case. That sound plausible to me. All right, I'm just thinking. I'm looking at the timeline. I mean, somebody let me know different. All right, let me know otherwise, because maybe we were mistaken. Maybe this was at another school. Maybe this was at Brubaker Middle School. Maybe it was at Lanier. Oh, excuse me. Can't be at Lanier because they closed that school down and they moved them students over to Carver, and where they've been having fights as well. I've been seeing people talk about that too. It just ain't been, I guess videos or whatever. But maybe this was at Carver. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I mean, all the students wear the same colors now, right? They all wear uniforms. So we don't know where this was really, but I was told this was at Jag High School. They had the fight, and then right after the fight, they closed down for COVID precautions. Interesting. Very interesting. It reminds me of in Selma about, when was that? Man, I can't remember. It was summer school, right? Selma, they closed a school down, or maybe more than one school, but they closed at least one school down because they had so much violence going on amongst the students. They said, look, man, hey, it's not even safe enough to allow the kids to go to school right now. So they closed the school down for like a whole week. That was in Selma. All right. I call Selma Montgomery Jr. That's what it is to me. So this sounds very close aligned with that situation. Right? Man. Oh man. MPS, man. MPS. Lord, man. Y'all say a prayer for MPS, man. They need all the prayers in the world. They need, they need prayers from people who really believe in Christ. All right. If you believe in something else, don't even pray. Okay. If you believe in Satan is your father, and you can do all things, man, look, man. If you did some Alu Akbar stuff, we don't need you praying. Go pray for Iran or somebody. We don't need that. We need people who are Christ believers. We need them to be praying for MPS because they need it, man. It's too much. It's too much going on. Too much going on, right? And then let alone look at the city. I mean, the city is out of control. It's a little bit better, I think. It's to me, it seems, because we see more, out of the city police. Like, you got county police here, you got the state that has been here. So it's more of a presence on the roads, which I think that's kind of cut back on the the criminality, all right, the criminal element in the city. But I could be wrong. I could be mistaken. I mean, I could be mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw a number the other day. I think we was at like 48 homicides for the year. eh, About 85 homicides. I mean, from I ain't a mathematician, but we heading to about 85 homicides. I mean, we on pace right now. So we finna break a record. You know what I'm saying? Basically, probably we gonna break the record again. All right, we already broke the record twice under Reed. In 2020, we broke the record for homicides in Montgomery history. 69, and then in 2021, the very next year, we broke that record and we had 77. And then last year we had 75, and then this year we on pace for over 80. So welcome to the new Montgomery. All right, this is Reed's Montgomery, where vagrants can walk around, do whatever they want to do. They can shoot needles, smoke meth, smoke marijuana, weed, sell drugs on corners, and all that. You can do what you want to do in Montgomery. Do what you want to do in Montgomery. We're all about inclusivity, all these big words, inclusion, inclusivity, diversity. Not only are we for these things, we're for these things when it comes to criminals. Look, Montgomery wants the criminals to be very diverse in their criminality, right? We don't want y'all just, raping people. They want y'all, robbing people. Make sure you burglarize a little bit, throw a little homicide in there every now and again. They want a little diversity of every crime. All right. If you're doing shoplifting, don't stop there. They want you to, go and make sure you burglarize too. Right. Do a little robbery too. Okay. Shoplifting ain't enough. I mean, I know this is like me just being very exaggerative, okay? But prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. If that ain't the case, then prove me that ain't the case. I mean, come on. They are literally. I heard somebody told me, I don't know, they could have been lying, they could have been telling the truth, I don't know. But they said the police was told that they didn't want them arresting as many people. Like, there are certain people, they were like, yo, man, unless it's a certain crime, don't even arrest nobody. I don't know if anybody else heard that, but I that's what I was told. I was told that MPD was told not to arrest everybody. If it's certain crimes, just let them go. Hey, I am not saying that this was verified and all that stuff. I'm letting y'all know this is what I heard. All right, this is what somebody told me. I don't know. Now the person is usually in the know of situations, but they could have been off with this one. I mean, everybody make mistakes. Everybody gets some bad information sometimes. But that's what I was told. That's what I was told. I don't know. But that's that again. Prove it's wrong. I dare y'all prove it's wrong. Prove it's wrong. I'm just saying. Let's see here. Christy said, I know for a fact that Reed told MPD to not enforce the new loitering law. Been a law for a year. That's a fact. That is a fact. All right. Now, what I was just talking about just now, that's something a little different. This right here, what Christy just said, that's real. That is real. And I even, not only has he said that, and I've heard him talk about that, but I had an MPD officer come to a call, all right, a place that I was at, and there was a person who was laying down sleeping on the premises, all right. And well, I'll take that back. They were sleeping near the premises of the property that I was at. Okay, but they was like off a little bit. MPD came. The MPD officer said, I can't make the person leave because technically they're not on that property where you are. They're on, this is technically city property. So when they're on city property, I can't make them leave. I can, hopefully, basically the MPD officer told me that, and I'm not gonna say who that was, of course, but This MPD officer said, "What I'm gonna do is go over there and tell the guy that he needs to leave. I'm gonna give him a little while to leave, get his stuff picked up because he had trash. All he had a big shopping cart full of stuff stacked up. It was crazy. But anyway, he had all that stuff, and she was like, I'm gonna tell him get his stuff ready and leave." She said, but if he knows the law and all that, he might not leave. And she said, I can't arrest him. I can't make him leave if that's the case. Because technically he's on city property. He's near your property, but he's on city property. So I can't make him leave. I said, Lord have mercy. We done. I mean, we're done in Montgomery. Like I said a little while ago, criminals can do what they want to do. Prove me otherwise. If Mayor Reed does not want people just doing whatever they want to do in the streets, prove me that he don't want them doing that. I can't tell. I cannot tell. Let's see here. I got something else I want to show y'all too. Ooh wee. And I was surprised at this. I was a little surprised that I was able to get this information. Get the information that I got. Let me find this. Let me find this. Tight. While I'm finding this, y'all do me a few favors. Hit that like, share the video, and follow the page, the Captain's Quarters Show, where I'm not afraid to rock the boat. All right. Y'all got some of these people out here, man. They kind of, they kind of tiptoe, as my mother used to say, tiptoe through the tulips, right? They like to tiptoe through the tulips. And I mean, shout out to my mama, she's still living. I'm just saying, back when I was a kid, that's what she used to say all the time. Don't tiptoe through the tulips. All right. In other words, don't beat around the bush. You know what I'm saying? Don't sugarcoat it. Just give me the real. And anyway, that's what I do over here. I give y'all the real. No tiptoeing through the tulips over here. All right. We're not pansies on this side. Let's see here. Where is this at? Where is where is it? Hey, I'm going to find it. Oh, I'm going to find it. There it is. I found it. I found it. Like I said, I'm going to do. I'm going to find it. Oh yeah, here it is. Let me share this with you all so y'all can see. And this coming from Facebook. This is my page. My Facebook page. Shout out to my Facebook page, L Milliner. All right, y'all go on over there and follow, add me as a friend, whatever y'all want to do. Let's see here. But but right here. So let me set this up a little bit. So y'all know that. Hold on a second. Is this the right thing? Hold on a second. Is this the right one? No, that ain't the right one. Hold on a second. Hold on. You know what? I might have shared it on the other one. Y'all sit tight for me. Sit tight for me. I'm going to find this. Let's see here. Is it over here? Da-da-da-da-da. Well, I got a lot of videos of y'all, man. Y'all go check out my content, man. I'm putting up videos all the time. I am over here working, man. I'm working this like a 9 to 5, y'all. For real. Let's see. Okay. It ain't over here. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me think. Let me think real quick. I think where it could be. Let me see. Figure this out. Man, who is that? Yo, that's Eric, ain't it? I think that's Eric right there. We'll come back to that. I think that's Eric right there. Anyway, let's see. Let's see here. Okay, this might be it, right? This might be it for real, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm gonna find it. I'm going to find it. It will be found. Yeah, there we go. Okay, all right. So let me set this up for you. So Mayor Reed has his like cabinet of people, right? He got people that work under him and help him push policies and whatever the case, whatever the agenda is, that they help him push it. So one of those people, like the chief of staff, is Chip Hill. All right, Chip Hill is anyway. Y'all. Mayor Reed is diabolical. Chip Hill is basically his overseer. All right, so y'all do what you want to do with that information, but also on his staff is this guy, Eddie Compton III. Now, Eddie Compton III made this post 3 days ago. Okay. And I'm gonna read the post and then I'm gonna tell you what I said. And he actually replied back. Shout out to him. Montgomery is building from east to west. We're creating homes for everyone. Affordable housing. We're committed to ensuring that everyone in Montgomery has a place to call home regardless of their income. Okay, and then he goes on to talk about the different housing options and what tag Montgomery Bills hashtag. So I commented because y'all know they got cheerleaders on here, right? All the cheerleaders gonna come on here and talk about they want to be a part of the project. I love this. Blah 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 blah. Somebody said growth. Anyway, um, I commented, all right, and said, didn't Mayor Stephen Reed just attempt to block a housing development near Alabama State University? He claimed it isn't always about money. Sometimes it's about fit. And that particular development doesn't fit that neighborhood. So Eddie Compton, he did reply. He said, thank you for raising this important point. Mayor Reed's recent decision regarding the housing development near ASU underscores the complexity of urban development. While attracting new housing is vital for Montgomery's growth, it's equally important to ensure that new developments are compatible with existing neighborhoods and contribute positively to their character. The mayor's statement highlights that responsible development isn't solely driven by financial considerations. It involves thoughtful planning to create housing that aligns with the unique needs and aspirations of each community. We're committed to building a Montgomery where everyone has access to quality housing that enhances rather than detracts from their neighborhood. That is a beautifully, very politically driven statement. All right. I mean, hey, shout out to him for orchestrating that, for creating such a great response. But then I did reply back to that, right? I did reply back and I said, is it true that the Reeds own dozens of properties in the same area near ASU? Also, how come how come he would how come Lord have mercy, I'm so y'all I'm black. Y'all gotta excuse me. This is my black moment right here. Also, how come would he why would he veto what the city council approved? That's what I was trying to say. Why would he veto what the city council approved? All right. And so then he replied back. He said, that would be a question for you to ask Mayor Reed. Smiley face. Okay, now you don't want to answer no question, huh? So then I said, sir, don't stop answering now. You know the answer. Be honest. Do the read. He didn't say another word. All right. That he was done. Conversation over with. All right. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I mean, I've seen the map. Um, and I've heard multiple people say that the Reeds own like 30 properties over there in that area of Carter Hill Road, right there by ASU. And it's real interesting that the city council brought that proposal where basically it was a family, a husband and wife that were looking to invest like $3.8 million in housing developments in that area. And the city council brought that to Mayor Reed. Hey man, we looked at it. It's a good idea. What did Mayor Reed do? All right. He vetoed it. He said, no, this ain't no good situation. Matter of fact, his words were, like I said, he said, it's not always about money. Sometimes it's about fit, right? Does this new development fit the area, right? Very interesting that he would say that. Very interesting that he would say that. This is the same mayor that he basically did an executive order and they changed the name of a street going against state law, right? He broke state law to change the name of a street. That street happened to be Jeff Davis Avenue and they changed it to Fred D. Gray Avenue. Okay? He did that against state law. The city got fined because of what he did in that situation, right? So he's talking about doing something for fit right now, but yet when it didn't fit the law back then, I think that was 2021, if I'm not mistaken, he changed a road against the law. So now all of a sudden he's about, it's about fit, right? I mean, hey, whoo boy, man, you people something else, man. So then city council came back and then they voted it. From what I saw, they voted it. They approved it, right? I think it was 4-3, 4-3, and then two abstained from voting. So they're gonna be building up over there, man. So that's crazy though. And then it's funny. He tells me to ask the Reeds like I'm gonna be able to get my answer from the Reeds. Like really, like I've called down there. I don't know how many times trying to holler at Mayor Reed, man. Them folks don't want to talk to me. I mean, seriously. I don't see email, called, all kind of stuff, man. Them folks don't want to talk to me. They want to talk to people that they can, get over on, that they can go and somebody with cheerlead for them and whatever. Like y'all know all them radio stations where uh they love Mayor Reed. You know what I'm saying? He can go over there and they can laugh and joke and not talk about anything real. Just talk about a bunch of whatever Reed wants to talk about, right? Whatever he wants to talk about, they're gonna talk about that. And it's gonna be a cheerleading campaign where they just, hey man, awesome job you doing. Man, everything's going so smooth in the city. Ain't nobody dying. Ain't nobody getting beat up. Nobody getting robbed, man. Everything going so good in the city. Man, it's beautiful, man. All this growth. That's all he want to do. He wants to go somewhere like that. He ain't coming over here. Not gonna happen. And and it's really funny when the people tell me, just have him on your show. Why don't you invite him to your show? Dummy, I already have done that. That's already happened. I asked the man to his face. I saw him last year, talked to him in his face to face, and I told him then, come on my show. He said, sure, cool. shoot me an email my office downtown. I did that like the next day. I emailed and let them know, hey, this is what I want to talk about and all that stuff. Hey, I mean, they ain't trying to come over here. They ain't trying to come over here. But so interesting when talking to Eddie Compton. They love talking about. He also made a post talking about Montgomery is growing, and there's just housing developments that are happening on the east side of Montgomery, on the southeast side, like Taylor Road at Troy Highway, and like back going toward Ray Thornton. There's a lot of housing right there, right? And they keep talking about, man, Montgomery's growing and all this stuff. Montgomery is not growing. It's not. It has been losing population since 2010. All right. We at 2010 we had 205,000 people. Right now we under 200,000. We got like 198 and some change. Last numbers I saw. All right, which was like I checked it like maybe like a week ago. Matter of fact, I go look it up right now. I'll see where we sitting at right now. It was at 198 last time I checked it. Like I said, we were over 205,000 in 2010. Right here it shows 2020 we had 200,000, which was right, but we've lost since then. People have left since then. Uh, might be in here. Yeah, I just keep saying 2020. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. Estimate from 2022, 196,000. And I checked. I saw some else said 198. I mean, it might be less than that, man. Look, man, we are losing population though. That's a statistical fact that we're losing population. We've been losing population since 2010. All right. Um. Now, what is happening? What is happening in the city is there's a shift of population. Um, on the east side of town, so like Vaughn Road, Taylor Road, Atlanta Highway, that way, Chantilly, all of that has for probably a decade plus has been around 50,000 people, right? About 50,000 people live on the east side, what they call the east side of Montgomery. Um, Now we're seeing a shift of people to move to that area, right? So now the population is about to be more like 60,000 plus very soon. Probably, this is me guesstimating, but probably by like 2020, probably next year, 2026, it'll probably be like 60,000 people over there because you got apartments popping up, you got housing popping up on Atlanta Highway. All right, you got housing popping up on Vaughn Road. Y'all remember where it used to be a pasture right there? Used to be some cows over there where the fence line you had the hats on it. Y'all know if you know you know. All right, I grew up over there on that side, so I know about this very well. But there was a huge pasture where there was cows and stuff. Oh, that's gonna be houses. That whole area is about to be houses over there. Not to mention, go over there to Taylor Road where Church of the Highlands down the road a little bit further, going toward Troy Highway. There's housing over there. They've already built a lot of housing. They're building more housing, right? And then the housing that they're building in these various parts of the city on the east side, some of them are going to be Section 8, so they're going to be, you know, probably 2 bedrooms or 3 bedroom homes, family homes, and then you got other, you know, more expensive homes where be paying like probably $300,000, $400,000, and those will probably be mainly, if I had to guess, I would say the more Section 8 stuff would be on Vaughn Road or Atlanta Highway. And then when you go down Taylor Road to Troy Highway, those homes are gonna be bigger, more expensive. That's just, just me looking at it, using, you know, anyway, this is what I know about housing and stuff and demographics, they're gonna probably do that, right? Because they got to keep the property value of that area of the city where you talking about Southeast Montgomery, Troy Highway, Taylor Road. See, that's on the edge of Pike Road, and so you want to keep the housing that the land value, the property values higher over there. All right, it's just economics. It's economics. But as you come closer to the city, where you talking about Atlanta Highway, Vaughn Road, it makes more sense for them to put more Section 8 housing in that area because the property values are already lower there anyway. Those homes that they're building over there off Atlanta Highway, they're probably gonna be more like in the 200,000s, probably like lower 200,000s, something like that. Because just housing just costs more anyway. Now they cost more anyway. So even housing where years ago before 2020, you could buy a house, a very decent house for like 120, and now you're gonna pay like upper 100,000s, low 200,000s for that same house. So it's just a difference in the economy, and then you're looking at the location as well. Location plays a huge factor in how much a house is going to cost or property in general. So anyway, there's just a shift of population, man. People are moving from the west side, they're moving from the north side, and they're moving from the south side, and they're moving to the east side. That's what's happening. So no growth, just moving population. That's all. People just moving. Um, that was also interesting is all that growth that's happening on the west side. As far as when I say growth, talking about they're building at the Amazon warehouse. They're building Meta, Facebook. There's already a Dollar General distribution over there. Um, you got Hyundai over there, right? So you've got all these huge facilities that are going to bring thousands of jobs. Where is the housing developments over there? You got plenty of room, plenty of space. I wonder where's the housing at? Where's the housing for that area of the they built up East Chase, and after they built East Chase, what did they bring over there? Housing. There's like two or three apartment complexes right there. One is the Morgan, and then you got Broad Street, Broadway, something like that. Going down East Chase Parkway. You got that over there. Um, and then they got all those. Shoot, I think they're about to build one of them homes to suites or whatever they call, like right there by that Broad Street Broadway apartment complex. They finna build something right there. Like most of the time when you have development happen, you tend to have more housing pop up in that area. And I had somebody bring that to my attention. They were like, Montgomery is a different type of city because most cities, and this person that I was talking to, he does quite a bit of traveling, right? Worldwide. I mean, when I say worldwide, I mean worldwide. I ain't talking about going down to the Bahamas or somewhere. The man like goes like France, Spain, all over the place. All right, over in Europe and then all over Europe, probably even part of Africa. So he was talking about when you have developments happen, normally you see housing pop up where you have businesses popping up or some type of big time plant or warehouse, something like that. He said, but Montgomery is not like that. Like on the west side, they got all that coming up, but there's no housing to complement the building of these corporations or of these warehouses or these facilities. He's like, it's very interesting that you see that happening. But on the east side, he's like, you see businesses being popping up. As that happens, you got more housing. Huh. Mayor Reed supposed to be for all of Montgomery, right? They say, hey, we're gonna be for all of Montgomery. We want to build up all of Montgomery. Well, I don't see that happening too much. I mean, they are doing Fairview Avenue is getting like a facelift or whatever with the roadway. It's terrible right now. Uh, man, they ran me so late the other morning. Was that Wednesday morning? They ran me so late. Man, I was trying to cut through instead of going the interstate because the interstate they had a accident, so traffic was backed up. So I said, nope, not doing that. Let me go down Fairview, all the way down. Man, I got over there, man. I was at one light for like 10 minutes. No lie, like 10 minutes at one light because they got the road construction going on, and so they got tractors coming in and bulldozers type of stuff. Man, it was terrible. But they're doing that, but is that gonna bring businesses over there? I don't think so, man. I mean, again, who wants to bring a business to a part of the city that's got so much crime going on, so much burglary, so many robberies and shoplifting and all this stuff? Who wants to put a business there? It does not make sense. It just doesn't. Now if they clean up the crime a little bit more, then maybe more people would. Matter of fact, I guarantee y'all, if the crime over there was just cut down to where they had the same amount of crime that like East Chase had or has, I bet you Fairview would grow a whole lot because you got a lot of people over there. All right, and you got room to grow on that side over there. You got room to grow, but nobody wants to come over there. They left the area. They used to be a Family Dollar right there across from Carver High School. It used to be a Family Dollar and some other stores. They gone. I mean, what? Why stay? Stay for what? To get robbed and shot and killed? Nah, nah, nah. They ain't trying to do that, man. They ain't trying to do that. But anyway, see what else I got. Anything else I need to mention before I get off of here? Let's see. Anything else? I don't see anything else, man. Hey, might have to cut off in a little while. Y'all need to go check out my videos though. I did video. Oh, of course. Montgomery County has the highest amount of new HIV cases in the whole state of Alabama. For the first 6 months of the year, there were 39 confirmed HIV cases in Montgomery County. That's the highest of any county in the state of Alabama. Yeah. Excuse me. I did. Where's it at? There y'all go. I did a video on this one. Um, yeah, it's messed up. But let's see here. Yep, 39 new cases. Right, and that's just the ones that they know about. That's the ones that have been confirmed. Right, people have gotten tested and they confirm that they have HIV. It's not even counting the people that have it. They're walking around here, engaging in acts with other people, and they either one don't know it or they know something's off, but they don't want to get tested because they don't want that confirmation, right? Let's see here. 245 people have tested positive for HIV in Alabama in 2024, according to the Alabama Department of Health. Man, it says more than 16,000 people are currently living with the illness in Alabama. Mm-mm-mm. That they know about. 16,000 that they know about. When I did my video, there was a doctor on there, Dr. Stubbleworth or something like that. Um, excuse me if I got that name wrong, but he was talking about he was talking about HIV is predominantly contracted or passed, transmitted through sexual contact. All right. Now he didn't go into more detail than that. He left it there, because it's like kind of like taboo to be honest and real about it. But this is the Captain's Quarter show, and I'm not afraid to rock the boat. So I'm gonna give y'all the real. The real is that HIV is mainly a gay man's disease. All right, that's predominantly what it is, a gay man disease, right? Because it's mostly passed amongst men who have sexual contact with one another, right? So they're homosexual. That's really what it is, right? And that's what it's been. Now a lot of times women will get it because they are in sexual contact with a man, all right, that's infected, all right, because his sexual contact with another man. That's most time that's what it is, all right. You got men, all right, doing what they do, and then they're passing it with each to each other. Then those men are going home to their wife, going home to their girlfriend, or they just sleeping around with different people, whatever, just everybody. And then they're passing it to females and males, or whatever the case. That's predominantly what it is. You do have cases where people who are drug addicts may get it because they got a tainted needle. They're sharing needles with each other, stuff like that. You got people that have gotten it from like blood transfusions where they gave them, some bad blood, or blood that was HIV positive. Um, you got different rare cases, but like I said, you got predominantly mostly passed amongst men. That's usually how it works. But they, of course, on here they didn't want to go into that much detail about it. They wanted to kind of keep it real vague and general because they didn't want to step on anybody's toes about it. But that's really what it is. And y'all can look up the numbers on it and check it out for yourselves. But I've already done the research on it, so I'm just telling y'all what it is. And back in like the 90s, the 80s, they used to be honest about that. Like they used to tell you it was mainly homosexual men that were getting it. They changed that rhetoric over time because of the whole gay rights movement. So they had to cut back on saying that. But that's always been the case. It's always been like that. Always been like that. Same thing for smallpox. Do y'all remember when smallpox? They had an outbreak. What was that 2020? 2021 or 2022? Somewhere in there. It was right after COVID. They had a smallpox outbreak started overseas in Europe. Well, after so many people had gotten it, the health departments were saying that it was predominantly getting passed to men. Most of the people that were contracting it were men. All right. And then they fast forwarded, the state of New York actually issued some information. They issued basically a PSA saying, yo, if you are among the LGBTQ community, you are at a higher risk for contracting smallpox. Now, why would they say that? They said that because it was mostly men passing it to one another, right? Kind of like an STD. That's pretty much what was happening, right? And there were cases where you had some animals that contracted it, and you had children, a few children that contracted it. All right. Now, what they didn't want to talk about was them kids. If and the stats were like 95%, or it was a huge number, 90 something percent of the cases were among men, but there were kids getting it. So they're like, so they didn't want to address how did these kids contract the disease that only men are passing to men? Huh? It sounded like it was some extracurricular activity happening with between these men and some children. That I mean, that's the only thing. That's the only logical thing that you can come up with as to why a child would get something that only men are passing to each other. You know, because if it wasn't about the sexual contact, then how come there weren't more kids that got it and there weren't more females that got it? Right? It don't make there again. Y'all can't give these diseases more credit than they deserve. Like COVID, for some reason, COVID knows where you are, if you got a mask on, if you're vaccinated or not. It knows all that. So don't give smallpox the same credit where now it knows if it's infecting a man or a woman, or you know what I'm saying? Come on. We know what it was. All right, we know what it is. These men, the gay men were passing smallpox, just like gay men pass HIV. It's just what it is, right? And that's why when you watch the TV and there's always these or YouTube or whatever you're watching, and there's a ad that comes up talking about PrEP or whatever these other HIV medications. Why is it, if it's not a gay man disease, how come 99% of the people in the video or the commercial are men? I mean, come on. That there is they'll show two men kissing. Then there goes another scene, and it's a man in drag. Okay, so where are women at? Where are women? I mean, come on. Where are the children? Where are the children? Have y'all ever seen HIV commercial with kids in it? Huh? You don't see that. You, like I said, pay attention. You only see men in the commercial because it's a gay man disease. That's what it is. All right, that's just what it is. And then the women that get it, they get it from this gay men. Most of the time. I ain't saying every last one of them, but most of the time that's what it is. All right. But man, hey, for everybody that's out here that's you living that lifestyle, stop living the lifestyle. All right. Repent for living the lifestyle. Change your ways. Okay. Through Christ, you can change your ways. You can overcome it. You can, he will forgive you, all that. Promise you. But you got to make that decision. You got to make sure that you make the decision to go a different way, right? You got to put it in your mind, get it in your head, like, yo, I can't keep doing this. Go a different way, all right? Because if you're in that lifestyle, you're putting yourself at risk, all right? And it's just why put yourself at risk of something that's pretty much inevitable, right? When you're doing it that much, you're uh just in it, right? Michael Eric Dyson puts it, you just all up in that blackness, you know what I'm saying? Dip your toes in, get baptized. Look, man, y'all dipping y'all toes in and just jumping in to all this LGBT stuff, activities. You bound, you go to sleep, you sleep with dogs, you wake up with fleas, right? It's bound to happen. So don't do that. But if you do find yourself having some issues, go to the Alabama Health Department. They got one, every county got one. Go, go get tested, man. Go get tested. I don't even think they even charge you. I think it's free. Go get tested and they give you some medication and you be all right. But anyway, that's all I gotta say about that right there. Let's see here. Let's see here. I think that's about everything I need to cover on this one, man. I appreciate y'all for being here. Those that watched it live, those that watched the replay, either way it goes, I'm probably gonna try to chop this video up and put out maybe a few clips from the show. But like I like to tell y'all, send me information if you got something that you want to be covered. Definitely send it to me. You can send it to me through Messenger. You can send it to me through my email at from left to right 334 at gmail.com. From left to right 334 at gmail.com. All right. Y'all can do that or message it to me. Either way it goes. And I'll look into it. And if the as much information as you have, send that so I can have everything I need, right? But if all you got is a topic and say, hey, I don't have the information about it, but this is something that's really being talked about right now, then I'll look into it myself. For sure. I will look into it myself. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure you hit the like, share the video, follow the page, the Captain's Quarter Show on Facebook. The Captain's Quarter Show on Facebook. I am bringing content daily. All right, so Monday through Friday, you pretty much gonna see a video. All right, a video or two, maybe three. All right, a day. And then Saturday, Sundays, I typically I might drop something on a Saturday, but or Sunday, but usually, that's something that I already have done during the week, and I just kind of saved it for that day. Um, this Facebook thing, they love like an algorithm. They put you in the algorithm. So I try to keep something going as much as possible. I don't try to let too many days go in between putting something out. That way it keeps me in the algorithm. All right. So I'll be more recommended to people. That's kind of how they want to operate, right? And then pages like mine, I tend to get more of a shadow ban where I won't reach as many people because of my type of channel. If I was like one of these activists around here, these social justice activists about police brutality and stuff. If I did every video talking about police brutality, I probably have 10,000 views every video. But I'm not a grifter. I don't fake it. I cannot do that. I cannot fake it. But anyway, thank y'all for being here. I do appreciate it. Uh, yep. I was gonna say something. I ain't gonna say that though. Yeah, appreciate y'all for being here. I'll see y'all on the next go round. Look for some videos to drop Monday. All right, might see something this weekend, but definitely Monday. I'll be back to it, dropping videos on my page. Shout out to everybody on Montgomery Uncut. Shout out to Uncut, Prattville Uncut. Shout out to A Better Montgomery. The let's see, Montgomery needs a new mayor. Shout out to Montgomery, Alabama crime. Shout out to Autonomous Alabama. My homegirl Beth. Uh, that everybody? Hope that's everybody, man. But shout out to everybody. Shout out to all people that watch, man. Christy, thank you for dropping those comments. I do appreciate that. And everybody else that watches. I'm gonna catch y'all next time, next go round. Finna head out of here. I gotta do some things today, but I appreciate y'all so much for hopping aboard and riding with me on the Captain's Quarter Show, where I am not afraid to rock the boat. All right, and with that being said, I am gone.